Good morning and welcome to the news. I am David Obokwasile. The headlines: Anambra government restates commitment towards expanding collaboration with development partners. Anambra State Assembly Speaker Madagu urges President Buhari to endorse new national minimum wage bill. Federal government closes case against suspended CJN Onongen after 3 witnesses. On the foreign scene, court in Pakistan sentences 2 men to life in prison for involvement in lynching a student. The state government has reiterated its desire to sustain partnership with development agencies to explore various means of promoting development of the state. The Commissioner for Economic Planning, Budget and Development Partners, Mr. Mark Okoye, stated this while declaring open a 2-day 2018 end-of-year interagency review meeting held in Oka. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye reports.
The review meeting, which was organized by the Ministry of Economic Planning, Budget and Development Partners, was to assess the performance and interventions of all development partners and to ensure they finished well. The Commissioner said the meeting is an occasion to reflect on Governor Obiano's desire for a new Anambra and to take stock of progress on the ground, as well as created an enabling environment conducive for partnership support. He disclosed that the ministry has established departments for partnership coordination to effectively handle matters relating to partnership support, even as he charged the project coordinators of the programs to ensure they are providing social services to the people aimed at moving the state forward.
Elections are over. It's now time to go back to the business of government, which is to ensure that we are constantly providing social services to the people of Anambra State and ensuring that the state continues to grow economically, socio-economically, and otherwise.
In her speech, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Donor Agencies, Mrs. Nneka Onwudiwe, maintained that the meeting is very important as it provides opportunity to look critically on the performance of the partners, their programs rundown, implementation, challenges and outcome, stating that from the meeting they will know how much the development partners are bringing and contributions of state government. While highlighting the objectives of the meeting, the head Partnership Coordination Department, Mrs. Ebere Ayaji, said it is to know the activities implemented so far, intimate government on each agency's operation in the state, and to review the achievements, constraints, lessons learned, as well as assess the relevance of the program interventions in the state. Also speaking, Mrs. Ngozi Ezamaka of FHI 260, in her illustrations, recommended increased release of funds from state budgets to tackle the inadequate domestic funding of HIV/AIDS response, leading to over-dependency on donor funds. Some of the participants who spoke to ABS, including Mr. Ato Iwanya and Mr. Ekene Enukora, said the meeting is a welcome development as they would evaluate what they have done, share ideas, experience, and think on way forward for better performance.
Thank the Executive Governor of Anambra State, who provided the scarce resources for today's meeting. And then I will advise them to listen attentively and to take home the resolution from this meeting back to their various projects.
At the end of this meeting, we'll be able to come up with ideas on how to improve on what we have done. So far, so good.
Kachibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
We move on now to the Legislative House, where the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Barrister Rita Madagu, has urged President Muhammadu Buhari to sign without delay the new 30,000 naira minimum wage bill before this year's Workers' Day celebration coming up in May. Speaking to newsmen at Dr. Anambra International Airport, Abuja, Barrister Madagu commended the National Assembly for the prompt passage of the new minimum wage bill aimed at improving the economic status of the Nigerian workers. The Speaker, who enjoined the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission to commence immediate reflection of the new minimum wage in its monetary disbursements to states, noted that the strategy will enable the new wage to start running immediately after the president's assent. She commended Governor Willie Obiano for being among the first 6 governors in the country who have agreed to pay the new minimum wage once it is approved by the federal government. Barrister Madaku maintained that the new minimum wage, if implemented, would enhance the living standard of workers in the country, as they are reportedly among the least paid workers in the world. A mass scrimmage ensued at the Anambra roundabout, where staff of Awka Capital Territory Development Authority went to clear the debris at the scene of a recent accident involving a truck laden with petrol that killed so many people. Some residents and business owners in the area resisted the move, and the AGDA personnel left the area for fear of violence. We have the reports.
On arrival, ABS observed that some shops around the place that were not burnt down are marked for removal by the Awka Capital Territory Development Authority. Speaking, one of the business owners, Mrs. Clementina Obi, said that they have been doing business there for more than 7 years without disturbance, and lamented that the decision to relocate them would have adverse effects on their business.
Agụ na-agụ anyị ụmụazị anyị ndị nọ na skuul ma ndị achọrọ n'ụgwọ akwụkwọ anyị enwezi ike anyị na-achọ enyemaka nwere aka enyere anyị ma moto gbachala ọkụ gbancha niile nwere nke asị anyị na-ekwu ejide ka ewere na-eme.
However, a resident who spoke to the ABS off camera pointed out that the exercise is long overdue, as some of the people operating businesses along that road obstruct traffic and cause obstruction, as they sometimes do business right on the road, noting that it is risky for everyone, such as drivers and other road users. ABS met a bread supplier with their van, Miss Blessing Nnaji, and she said that her business of supplying bread has been affected, as she now witnessed low patronage, saying that she usually sells off her goods before 9 o'clock in the morning, which is no longer the case.
So kabatara ho say maka mare ha ye me because what ye ha ye me wo bodo umbrella wan ka ha tie e ba we na erero afia ho.
Reacting to the development, the Managing Director of Awka Capital Territory Development Authority, Venerable Amechi Okwosa, explained that the action of the ACTDA was in line with their mandate of keeping the city clean, healthy and safe for Anambra. Venerable Okwosa explained that in August 2018, he paid a visit to business owners and hawkers in the area and asked them to vacate for their own safety, which was not heeded, and instead of doing so, many of them built additional structures even without approval. He regretted that people took laws into their hands and threatened some staff of the agency, adding that public safety would not be compromised.
We take on board the struggles and pains of the people of this state. And all those things will be taken into consideration. But I want to make it very clear that the fact that you've been in a location for several years illegally does not make your occupation legal. So, as far as I'm concerned, keeping safe is very important.
Recalled that before now, state government banned street trading across the state. From Amobia, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
As part of their corporate social responsibility, the on-air personalities of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS, have visited Model Community Children's Home, Ifterial Estate, Awka. Some of the items given to the children include 15 bags of sachet water, 15 mosquito nets, toiletries, 74 exercise books, packets of detergent, carton of Indomie, and cartons of biscuits. Correspondent Ogochukwu Keke has a report.
While explaining the aim of their visit, one of the on-air personalities, Ms. Sandra Akpa, said that the essence of their visit was to make the children happy and stated that they have a program on ABS 88.5 FM called Friday Night Cruise as an avenue to bring all OAPs in the state together. Ms. Akpa, who said that determination is the key to success, advised the children to focus on their careers, hope in God, be courageous, and as well strive to be the best of whoever they want to be in life.
To understand that they are not alone, and as much as they are here and being taken care of, they can actually get to the zenith of their career, whatever they choose to be in life. Okay, it's all about determination and for them to find courage and strength to move, not minding how they feel the society may see them, but then they can actually look beyond that and be the best.
Receiving the items, the receptionist in the orphanage home, Mrs. Felicia Okafo, who thanked the ABS for the kind gesture. Also thanking the crew, one of the orphans, Master Ifeanyi Onwebu, appreciated the gifts given to them and prayed God to guide, protect, and replenish the pockets of the donors, as well as grant their desires. In Awka, Ogochukwu Okeke reports in ABS News.
The federal government has closed its case against the suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN Justice Walter Onongen, after it produced only 3 witnesses that testified before the Court of Conduct Tribunal, CCT. Though the federal government initially expressed its intention to produce a total of 6 witnesses to substantiate all the allegations it leveled against the embattled CJN, however, shortly after the 3rd witness was discharged, the prosecution counsel told the tribunal that it would be unnecessary to call further witnesses. The prosecution counsel, Mr. Ali Umar San, told the tribunal that the defendant was at liberty to summon any of the listed but uncalled witnesses to testify on his behalf if he so wished. He was immediately overruled by the CCT chairman, Mr. Danladi Umar, even as Onongen's lawyer chief Adeboyega Awomolo San rejected the offer. And on business, over 2 billion liters of petroleum products have been transported through the pipeline since 2016. Mr. Luke Anele, the managing director of Nigerian Pipeline Storage Company, has said. Mr. Anele, who made the fact known in an interview with journalists in Abuja, said the country had enough stockpile of products being distributed through the pipelines. Commenting on the effects of vandalism to transportation of products, Anele said that bulk of the vandalized points was from Aba and Enugu. He said that in the process of reactivating the pipelines, some of them were ruptured and were difficult to weld. And on entertainment, 3 Nollywood films up north, Lionheart and King of Boys, have been selected for screening at the 2nd edition of the Nollywood in Hollywood today and tomorrow in the United States. Organizers of the event said the screening begins on Friday evening with a red carpet and opening night screening of Up North at the historic Egyptian Theater in Hollywood, California. 3 Nollywood films Up North, Lionheart and King of Boys stars Banky W is directed by Toba Oshin, both of whom are in Hollywood courtesy of Air France for the event. The day will kick off with a panel discussion about current trends in Nollywood, followed by a screening of Lionheart, the directorial debut of Nollywood actress Genevieve Nnaji, who also co-wrote and stars in the film. On the foreign scene, a Pakistani anti-terrorism court is to sentence 2 men, including a local government official, to life in prison for their role in the brutal campus lynching 2 years ago of a university student accused of blasphemy. Machar Khan, 23, was attacked and killed by a mob on the campus of the University in Mardan in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province following a dormitory debate about religion. In February last year, the court convicted 31 people, sentencing 1 person to death while acquitting 26 others. A joint investigation team had later found the blasphemy allegations against Mashal Khan to be false. Outrage over the killing raised concerns about the misuse of Pakistan's draconian blasphemy laws, which stipulate the death sentence for insulting Islam or Prophet Muhammad. And on sports, after several postponements and issues with the Ministry of Sports, former IBF cruiserweight champion Bash Ali has stated that the coast was now clear for the imminent staging of his Guinness Book of World Record fight in Nigeria. He restated his determination and readiness to win a world title and put his name and that of his fatherland in the Guinness Book of World Record. He said that he had been given a clean bill of health by his medical team and he is physically and mentally fit for the bout, which has been tentatively fixed for the last Saturday of June 2019. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. You can like us at www.facebook.com/absradiotelevision, or you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Before we go, here are the main points again. Anambra government has restated commitment towards expanding collaboration with development partners. Anambra State Assembly Speaker Madagu has urged President Buhari to endorse new national minimum wage bill. The federal government has closed case against suspended CJ Onongen after 3 witnesses. On the foreign scene, court in Pakistan has sentenced 2 men to life in prison for involvement in lynching a student. This is how far we'll go on the news this morning. I am David Okwasile. Stay with us as Good Morning Anambra continues right after now.